Right, so I was thinking text, but let's try a couple of pieces and decide. And I'm not digging right through and looking for things, I'm just letting the text talk to me really. So I've used kind of wintry pages just because they're the ones that came to me. So I quite like those toadstools. What's that one show through there? What's on the back? Yeah, just text, so I'm not losing anything in particular. How big does it need to be? So I'd have the top of that one. Or I could take the toadstool off the top. Then we'd have a bit more of that, wouldn't we? Let's see what we think there. So if we cut it kind of there. I know I'm losing lots of the page, but oops, sorry for the banging and the knocking. So I want to say thank you to everybody who entered the giveaway, which went up yesterday, which was Friday. The draw went up yesterday late on, and it was yes, Keepsakes by Patty Cakes, I think, that won the draw. I'm still waiting to hear from her, but I'm sure I will. I'll give her a good week to contact me. If for any reason I don't hear from her after the week, I've kept everybody's name in the bucket. I haven't moved it at all, and you know, if for any reason I don't hear within a week, we'll redraw. But thank you so much for those of you that entered and took the time to comment and commented on my other videos. Really, I'm feeling the love. Thank you guys, really appreciate it. I'm loving chatting with some of you in the, well, whoever comments, I'm loving chatting with you in the comments. Thank you. Right, so yeah, I'm not disliking that. I think it wants to be smaller, but let's see where we go. So which bit do we want to cut off? Bit off the bottom I think will be fine. I don't know why I put that away again. So I'm not measuring or anything, I'm just getting it somewhere near. Nearly there. I want it to fit, but not too snug, because you fight things putting them in and out. Stitching's made it quite a bit smaller. Maybe this is just my lazy way of doing it, but I'm not in a measuring mood this morning. It's quite a dark overcast morning again for July. Goodness me, I can't believe it. Ah, so that picture is now quite high up in there. Didn't do that very well, did I? Of course, I can always change my mind and make that the front and put a picture on it. No, so I'm not liking that at all. So it's the right size, so I'm going to use the text. I'm going to use the text side and put a picture on it. You can't really go wrong with this Edith Holden, can you? Yeah. Not too much. Let's not go crazy. It can stick out a bit, even though it's going to have a tab on it. Oh, no, that's gone in. We'll have a nice tab on it though. Yeah, so we want an image from there now. Rather than put the huge box in front of you, I'll just dig some images out and put them on the table, and then you can see what we've got. The bird won't go. The bird's the wrong shape. He'll go nice on one of those journal cards, probably. Can you see well enough there? Do we need to be a little bit lower? Sorry for wobbling you. Is that a bit better? See more of it. That's quite a pretty one. Right, I think that's enough out now. That's enough to choose from. Let's get rid of those. So I've put a little bit of washi on the bottom of there just to give it a little bit of, there was no other reason than to use up a bit of washi and just give it a little bit of something. I'm quite liking that first one that I put on, to be honest. Let's try something else on it. It's a nice strong colour, that yellow. Yeah, I'm liking that one. We might have something else on it as well, but that will be the one that's showing in the window. How far in are we? Yeah, about there. And obviously I will be stitching around it as well. So we could have a bird down the bottom, couldn't we? It's too big for the flower though. Is that trailing round? Now I'm wondering if this does want a bit of something behind it because of all that text. What have we got on this tray? Piece of that maybe. I want the Edith to do the shining, to shine out. So this is a piece of Arty May digital. I quite like that. I might have a piece of that behind it. That's like a peachy one. So this is part of Home Book and Treasure digital. Let's have a look what we like. So that yellow is a bit too yellow, like the flower. It's nice that it's got a corner on it though. Yeah, I'm quite liking that on there. I just need something for the flower. I suppose it could be behind it. And it does need a word up there. I'd like it to be an Edith Holden word though, rather than a generic labelly word. Where is my ink? So I'm using the walnut stain again. I know it's very dark, but I'm liking the dark on it. It's very distressed and vintage, especially against the lighter colours. Yeah, I am liking that on there. So let's ink this. It's a nice new pad, so it's quite juicy. So in the garden just here, I'm catching out the corner of my eye, the rain is bringing out all the worms and slugs and things like that, because I've got grass that comes quite close up. So the birds are hopping around on the grass, having a field day out there. It's lovely to see them all. Because we don't have a doggy anymore. We used to have a doggy, we lost her a couple of years ago now. Nothing would come in the garden. She was in charge of the garden, but slowly everything's moving in. Neighbours' cats come for a little look, but the birds particularly daren't land. She used to bark at them when they were even in her trees. But they're getting the idea that she's not around anymore, and they're coming right up to the patio doors. We will be replacing her at some point, bless her. Took us a long time to get over not having her, but I don't think it'll be too long before we have another little soul joining us. Is that upside down? Well, it is actually, because that's the bottom of the plant, but is there any reason why it can't grow the other way? I like it that way. Perhaps if I just cut that bottom bit off that's clearly the root. Now you can't tell which way it should be growing. Now it could be a falling down plant. Yeah. So that I know I want, and I am not going to ink that piece. Don't think it needs it. Let me put the lid on there. I'm so sorry. So I think looking at, I moved quite a few bits off my desk to film this, but looking at the bits that I've moved off, that when I finish filming will be put back on, it's definitely time for a Sort It Out Saturday again. I definitely want to finish some of the ephemera that I've got laying around, that I've just been playing around with. And then Sunday we'll be using up some more of those book pages on journals. Perhaps finish the one we started last week, fill it with some of the ephemera, and then maybe even get another one started. Right, I've decided I do want this yellow plant. It's just, do I want it floating in midair like that? Let me have a little look through these pages for a word while I have a think about that, or some more text to put on the top. Oh, another bird. That's a cute bird, but he's going to be a bit big, isn't he?